2 days later, the sound of a car pulling up in your parents' driveway had you springing to your feet. You glanced out the window to see Jungkook stepping down, dressed impeccably in a tailored black coat and his usual polished demeanor. Jungkook is here, you called out, already making your way to the door. Your parents joined you just as Jungkook reached the front steps. He greeted you first. His gaze lingered for a moment longer than necessary before turning to your parents with a warm smile. Hi uncle, hi auntie, he said, bowing politely. It's so good to see you again. Jungkook, we were wondering when you would finally get here. You have been working too hard, haven't you? Your dad stepped forward, shaking Jungkook's hand firmly. You're late, son. 2 days felt like 2 years. Ryan's been counting down the hours. Dad, you protested, your cheeks heating up as Jungkook chuckled softly. I finished my work as quickly as I could, Jungkook said, glancing at you. But yes, I missed her too. Well, come inside, your mom said, motioning him towards the living room. You must be tired from the journey. So, Jungkook, how is business? Ryan mentioned you have been busy. It's been hectic. We have had some new projects come in, so I have been tied up managing those, but I made sure to clear my schedule for this visit. Your dad nodded approvingly. Good, you need to learn to balance work and family, Jungkook. Life isn't all about business. Jungkook smiled, his gaze flickering to you for a moment. You're absolutely right, uncle. I'm trying to get better at that, especially now that I have Ryan. Your mom returned with a tray of tea and snacks, setting it on the table as she joined the conversation. He's a good husband, isn't he, Ryan? Always so thoughtful. You nodded, smiling softly. He is, mom. Though I have to say, your mom continued, handing Jungkook a cup of tea. We were a little surprised when Ryan told us you two got married so quickly. How are you adjusting to married life? Jungkook took a sip of his tea before answering. It's been incredible. Ryan makes everything easier. She's patient with me even when I get caught up in work. I couldn't have asked for a better partner. That's so sweet of you to say. And Ryan, are you taking good care of him? I'm trying, you said, glancing at Jungkook, though he doesn't make it easy sometimes. Jungkook smirked, leaning back slightly. What can I say? I like keeping her on her toes. Your dad chuckled, shaking his head. Well, as long as you two are happy, that's what matters. Just remember, Jungkook, this house is always open to you both. Thank you, uncle. It means a lot to me. I have always felt welcomed here. And you always will be. Now tell us more about your work. What kind of projects are you working on these days? You watched him as he spoke, admiring the way he effortlessly balanced professionalism with warmth. Jungkook, however, had been unusually quiet, simply eating and observing. You were mid-sentence responding to one of your dad's questions when you felt it a sudden warm pressure on your thigh under the table. Your breath hit you and you gasped softly, eyes widening in surprise. The chopsticks in your hand wavered for a moment as you froze. You quickly looked up, checking your mom and dad's reaction, but they were both preoccupied. Your mom engrossed in her plate, and your dad scrolling through his phone as he finished his meal. You shot him a warning glare, silently mouthing, "What are you doing?" But he didn't move his hand, clearly enjoying your frustrated reaction. As lunch wrapped up, your mom excused herself to clean the kitchen and your dad stepped away to take a call. You took the opportunity to turn to Jungkook, leaning slightly towards him so you could speak in a low voice. "What do you think you are doing?" You hissed, trying to keep your tone stern despite your racing heart. Jungkook leaned back in his chair, crossing his arms, his smirk never fading. "What?" he said innocently. "I'm just sitting here." "Sitting here?" you repeated, glaring at him. "Your hand was on my thigh, in front of my parents." "They didn't notice." "That's not the point, Jungkook. What if they had?" "But they didn't. And besides, you have been ignoring me all day, Ryan. I had to remind you that I'm here too." Your cheeks flushed a deeper shade of red. "I wasn't ignoring you. I was just spending time with my parents." He arched an eyebrow. "Spending time? You haven't even looked at me properly since I got here. What am I supposed to do?" Before you could respond, your mom called out from the kitchen and you quickly straightened up, brushing off the movement. Jungkook leaned back in his chair, looking far too pleased with himself. As you got up to help your mom, you shot him one last look and went from there. Looking up, you saw Jungkook leaning casually against the doorframe, arms crossed over his chest, his sharp features softening slightly by the golden light. What's the matter, Jungkook? You asked passing your folding. He didn't answer immediately, choosing instead to walk towards you. His movements slow and deliberate. He stopped just a few steps away, his gaze meeting yours. What's the matter? I could ask you the same thing, Ryan. You raised an eyebrow confused. What are you talking about? He signed, running a hand through his hair as he stepped closer. You have been ignoring me, Ryan. Ever since we got here, it's like I don't even exist to you. Ignoring you? Jungkook, I have just been spending time with my parents. I haven't seen them in months. How is that ignoring you? Because it's not just your parents. You're always busy, helping your mom in the kitchen, folding laundry, chatting with the neighbors, and what about me, huh? Where do I fit in all of this? I know how much you missed them, and I get it, I really do. But Ryan, I missed you too. You felt a pang of guilt at his words. Jungkook, I'm right here, you said, gently stepping closer to him. You don't have to miss me. We are together now. That's the thing, tough. You are here, but I still feel like I'm missing you. Do you know how hard it's been for me? These past 2 days without you, I felt like I was going crazy. And now that I'm here, finally here, I thought things would feel better, but he trailed off, his hands balling into fists at his sides. You reached out, placing your hand on his arm. But what, Jungkook? But it's worse, Ryan, because you're right in front of me and I can't even have you. You are too busy, too distracted, and I can't take it anymore. Your heart ached at his words and you stepped closer, your hand now gently resting on his cheek. Jungkook, I didn't realize you felt this way. I didn't mean to make you feel like this, like I was ignoring you. I'm so sorry, Jungkook. I will do anything to make it up to you. His eyes narrowed slightly, a flicker of mischief crossing his face as his hand slid to your waist, pulling you closer. Anything? You swallowed hard, suddenly nervous under his heated gaze. Yes, anything. Your heart raced and you pulled back slightly to meet his gaze, your eyes wide with surprise. Jungkook, here in my parents' house? You said you would do anything, and I can't wait anymore, Ryan. I have been missing you, needing you for days now. Jungkook, what if someone hears us? You whispered urgently, glancing nervously towards the door. He leaned in, his forehead pressing against yours. They won't. Your mom is busy with the neighbors and your dad is watching TV. It's just us right now. Your pulse quickened at his words, the raw emotion in his voice pulling you closer to him. Jungkook. Okay, you finally whispered, your voice barely audible. He smirked return. That's my girl, he said softly before lifting you effortlessly into his arms, carrying you towards the bed. Your eyes widened and you quickly sat up. Oh no, you whispered, glancing at the door nervously. Jungkook groaned in frustration, leaning back on the pillow with a pout. Really? He muttered, his voice dripping with annoyance. Right now? I'm sorry, you said hurriedly, trying to straighten yourself up as you got out of bed. I have to go, it might be something important. Jungkook propped himself up on his elbow, his dark eyes narrowing at you. More important than me? Ryan, every time we get a moment together, someone interrupts, something interrupts, and now, when I finally have you to myself, he let out a dramatic sigh. You cupped his cheek, leaning down to press a quick kiss to his lips. I know, I'm sorry. Let's just try some other time, okay? Some other time? Ryan, do you know how hard it's been for me to keep my hands off you all day? I have been patient, but this. I promise, Jungkook, we will find a better moment, just not right now. He signed again, his lips twitching into a reluctant smile. You are lucky that I love you and I can't disobey your words. I know, you teased standing upright and brushing your clothes off. And I'm lucky you are so understanding. Jungkook leaned back against the headboard, crossing his arms with a small pout. Don't make me regret it, Ryan. You owe me for this. You chuckled, stepping towards the door. I will make it up to you, promise. As you hurried downstairs, his grumbled response followed you. You better.